Welcome back to KXAN News at noon. We are awaiting the president as he will speak at Manor New Tech High School. This is a live look inside at the stage that is set up for his arrival. It is his first stop on his middle class jobs and opportunity tour. We will hear from Josh Hinkle, who is live inside the Manor New Tech High School gym where the president will speak. He's going to tour the school first. But supporters and opponents are gathering outside the spots where the president is speaking. Our Omar Lewis is stationed outside of Manor New Tech with more on the scene there. Hi, Omar.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Brian. Those supporters and protesters are actually planning on setting up on the backside of the school. That's why they're expecting the president to come through here in the next couple minutes. Now, he was supposed to arrive about 12:45 or so. We're still waiting to see that motorcade come through. Now, if you take a look behind me, we're actually on the front side of Highway 290 here. This is the front of the high school. And you can see that there are buses barricading the front entrance as well as police officers standing here guarding that entrance. Now, we're still unsure whether the president will make his way through this entrance here. That door right through there that you see is where that speech is planning to take place. Now, of course, the president's visit is affecting the roads, and we want to show you our traffic cameras right now. Right now, this is a live picture from our TxDOT camera of Highway 290 around 183, just a few miles down the road from this high school. That's where the president's motorcade is expected to travel through, just a few miles down the road from that. Now, officers have already been starting to set up along the roads. They're stopping traffic for that motorcade to come through, and right now it looks like the roads are clear, and that's because, like we said, there are several road closures taking place along the road. And there is actually a helicopter flying over us, a police chopper that is flying in the air right now, expecting that motorcade to come through. We are starting to see right here down the road on 290, several police cars are forming down the road, and this is what looks like to be the president's motorcade making its way here to the high school. Only took him a couple minutes from that travel from ABIA, but as you can see here, there are several officers coming down. So this looks to be that motorcade. The president just running a few minutes behind his scheduled visit here, about 12:45 or so. Taking a live look here right down on Highway 290, right in front of this high school where this motorcade is traveling through right now. It looks like they are turning down Palmer Lane and going to go through that back entrance where those protesters were planning to set up back there and greet the president with several signs and everything like that. So as you can see here, they're making their way here right now. It looks like they're having smooth travels, no problems. That's because the roads have been shut down already. No cars are coming through at this point. You can see that there are several police cars, tons of them just driving down the road here. Of course, the president making his way here to this high school where that speech is supposed to take place in the next couple minutes or so. And like we said, those protesters are expecting to be on that backside of the school, and there's also supposed to be some supporters of the president back there as well that are planning to greet him with signs and to let them know how they feel. Of course, you can see all these cars. You can see all these cars coming down here right now the road, and this is expected to be the president, looks like, making his way here to the school. Of course, those road closures are all taking place at this time as the president makes his way. You can see there's several cars, tons of them coming down, and we're starting to hear some noise actually from the backside, people greeting the president. I can hear some shouts and screams and some sirens, it sounds like, coming through and making their way through that back entrance where they will come inside the school to give that speech. Of course, those protesters are back there as well. Now, the president looks like to be making his way through no problem, and that's, like we said, because the road closures are in place at this time. So they are coming through right now. And Brian, we're going to toss it back to you. For now, we're live here in Manor.
All right, thanks, Omar. We're going to stay on this shot if we can as the motorcade travels through. You see how large the motorcade is as they arrive at Manor New Tech High School. An idea of who is with the president. He is traveling with Mary Maxwell, the Department of Labor senior advisor. We saw Representative Lloyd Doggett with him, also Acting Secretary of Commerce Becky Blank and Acting Secretary of Labor Seth Harris, all traveling with the president today. After they travel to Manor New Tech High School, they have a scheduled stop at the Omni Hotel downtown, and then he will speak at Applied Materials a little later on this afternoon. Taking a look at our traffic situation, we saw the backup there at Highway 71 and State Highway 130. Our Amanda Dugan is standing by with a look at some of the other road closures around town. Mandy?
All right, thank you, Brian. We are spotting heavy delays building on east and westbound 71 right around the airport as you approach Highway 130. this morning again as traffic has been stopped and at a standstill in that area. The same story over on 290 rated SH 130. As you can see, the traffic again is very slow in those particular areas as they work to get that motorcade through the area. Now, taking it to our traffic maps, as you can see, those east and westbound lanes that I mentioned, as we take it closer to Manor, you can see here as you make your way westbound on 290 approaching SH 130, you're going to hit the brake lights as President Obama makes his way over to Manor. The same story making your way eastbound here. Heavy delays building just east of those main lanes of SH 130. As you can see, we have the limousine pulling up here to Manor High School. President Obama arriving to the campus. Let's go back to Brian now.
All right, thanks, Mandy. Again, we see the motorcade arriving. We heard from Omar. The supporters and the protesters both lined up around the back of the school, and they await his arrival. Our Josh Hinkle is located inside the gym there at Manor New Tech High School with a preview of what we expect to hear from the president in his speech. Josh?
It's a little hard to hear you right now, Brian, but I'm going to try to tell you what's in that speech. You know, he is going to be here in just a few minutes, and the kids are getting really excited here. We're going to be talking a little bit about the skills that they've picked up here. You know, these real-world skills. They keep having all these speakers come up there to kind of get them ready for his visit, and they're getting obviously very excited because they think the next one that's coming up is the one that's going to be introducing the president. But he's first going to go on a tour of the high school, and then he is going to come back in here and give remarks. Like I said, he's going to be talking about their real-world skills that they've been learning at this high school, things that they need to know to get a job right out of school, and also the need to fund places like this. They've gotten millions pumped into this school so they can have the latest and greatest technologies and also do this project-based learning. It's a little bit different from what we have seen with our traditional educational models. So it should be a very interesting speech, and certainly something a lot of educators around the nation are going to be paying attention to right here, what's happening in Manor. Brian?
All right, thanks, Josh. His speech at Manor New Tech High School scheduled for 1:05 this afternoon. A reminder, we are going to stay in an extended broadcast to bring you that address live just into the 1 o'clock hour. He is stopping by Manor New Tech High School again. That school opened back in 2007, as Josh mentioned, an untraditional learning style. It's a new technology network model, project-based, student-driven learning environment. We're going to go back out to Omar Lewis as the motorcade arrives just outside of the high school. Omar?
Good afternoon, Brian. Again, we are here along 290, right in front of the high school here. And you can see there are cars now flowing through the roads. Just a few moments ago, the roads were blocked off, and now they look to be opened up again. There's lots of traffic, actually. You can tell that the roads have been closed for a while, and these people have just been sitting and waiting to get through. Now, the president, of course, we just saw him go through that entrance. He drove around the backside of the school, actually, and then they pulled up right in front of that door there, and that's where he went through into the high school where he's expected to give that speech. Now, he's, of course, planning to walk around a little bit first and then give the speech. But out here, looks like things are flowing smoothly. Again, those road closures have now been lifted for the time being, and we are seeing traffic flowing back and forth. The president, of course, is now inside, we do believe. And so now everything looks to be back to normal out here on the roads. And we'll toss it back to you, Brian.
All right, thanks, Omar. Also taking a live look inside the gym there at Manor New Tech High School. We heard kind of the cheers behind Josh Hinkle. Cool. The students obviously getting very excited for the president to arrive. Again, he is visiting this school because of their success. Largely, they have graduated. 99% of their students have gone on to colleges. They have a new technology network model. It's a lot of collaboration with the business community. And this is the first stop on Obama's middle-class jobs and opportunity tour, and he says that link between education and the business industry is a huge factor in the economic success of our country.